Hello and welcome to the Daily Forex Report for March 7th. We are looking at the US Japanese yen pair. First, this pair closed higher during this last session, basically tagged the low of the previous session. We are looking for it to potentially go as high as 81.71, possibly as low as 80.32. Look for some resistance around 81.50, and you look for some support around 80.50. Now looking at the Euro USD pair, this pair closed up during this last session, broke previous session's low. We are looking for this pair to potentially go as high as 132.30, possibly as low as 130.21. Look for some resistance around 131.75 and look for some support around 130.60. Now the pound US dollar pair, this pair broke to the upside, didn't quite break the low there. We are looking for this pair to potentially go up and hit some resistance around 157.75, possibly moving down and hitting support around 156.75. Now the US Swiss, this pair closed down during this last session. We are looking for it to potentially go as high as 0.9253, possibly as low as 0.9106. Look for some resistance around 0.9200. and look for some support around 0.9125. Now, as far as news announcements go, we do have some significant news announcements during this next session. We have the pound releasing their Bank of England asset purchase target for March at 7 a.m. Eastern. Consensus on that one is that it's held at 325 billion. We also have their rate decision being released at 7 a.m. Eastern. Consensus is they're going to hold rates at 0.50%. Now a little bit later at 7:45 a.m. Eastern, we have the European Central Bank releasing their rate decision, and no consensus given. Previous was 1%. Be real surprised if they changed it. Then at 9 a.m. Eastern, we have the Bank of Canada releasing their rate decision. Consensus is they are going to hold at 1.00%. Then a little bit later in the day, around 8:30 p.m. Eastern, we have the Chinese releasing their consumer price index for February, showing a drop from 4.5% down to 3.4%. Now, what am I looking for during this next session? Well, if you go to the Euro USD pair, go to the Euro USD pair on the 4-hour time frame. You will notice that we have a low right here that has been created. Looking for that to break to the downside and grab 10 pips off of it. Probably will use a 30 pip stop loss on that. I know that's a little different than most people would do as far as a risk to reward, but this has a very strong potential to move that 10 pips very, very quickly when it does break, and I'm going to give it just a little bit of room to do so. So 10 pips to the downside, 30 to the upside. Actually 30 would be right about here, around the 131.26 mark, right up in this area. And just looking for a quick 30 pips, assuming that it does turn around and move to the downside. We've been moving to the downside. If it pulls back, similar how it did right here, and right here, at that point we have strong breakout, quick to the downside, strong breakout to the downside, same thing here. So we've had 1, 2, 3 times in a row, strong move to the downside after a pullback, and if we see that again, I'm going to grab 10 pips off of it. I hope that helps, and until next time, this is Jason Fielder. Good trading.